Hello everyone and welcome to the second live video with me, John Parker, and
Jack Kelly. Now you are actually watching. To our perspective, we've actually done two videos today. You would have already watched our reaction to the Doctor Who Series 9 trailer about a week ago. Talking in future tense here. So on the same day we did that, we are now doing a very quick. It's very quick, about 10-15 minutes I might spend on this. A video showing you guys what we're currently working on at the moment, as we did get a request from people saying that we should kind of document our own construction of a modded TARDIS. But the actual having a go at actually modding a TARDIS, you see, the way I wanted to go and do it was literally strip it all off and literally put my own design in. The way some people do it is literally strip other parts off and put it together. My way of doing it was a bit too kind of broad for what the actual script could handle. So therefore, we have actually decided to go with an idea we went with a very long time ago, and that is to construct our own living TARDIS.
from scratch.
From scratch.
To be used privately.
Because obviously we will only be able to use manual locations, as we can't really communicate with each of our servers nor analysis, which would be cool.
It'd be cool if they did what the Stargates did, where they had an exposed API that we could at least do a basic integration, like for example, having making your own technologies, your own controls that can control or remote control all the TARDISes that you own.
But either way, we'll get into that in a little bit. First things first, obviously, as you can see, this is what we have so far. I am basing this off a random design I saw quite a while ago. I have no idea where it came from, but it's loosely based. It's not fully the same, but you get the picture. Of course, at the moment, everything is more or less exposed. There is no roofing, there is nothing, and of course, the one thing that makes me cringe the most is the actual rotor itself, which I don't
still
like.
In design.
I mean, I might keep the outer tube and the inner tube, but what I might do is literally expand the cylinders and put extra mini tubes around it, like in the new series. They have like extra tubes, don't they?
In fact, I think the photo that you used for concept art does actually show.
It has the centerpiece and it
has two extra tubes around it.
But that's our perspective. For all we know, if you were to turn around, you would have two on the other side as well.
But then again, we're only using it as a concept, and we don't have to actually physically follow it, do we?
Because our main idea at the moment is to focus on the actual functionality, therefore meaning flight control, power systems, and all of the controls, you know, like door controls, temporal grace, the HUDs, interior shielding, although they're more like an extra.
Temporal grace and HUDs might be a bit harder to remember, but we can have a go.
The HUDs.
The HUDs work by way if you collide into the exterior, it forces it to shape off.
Yeah.
So I should probably do that actually using the collide event.
So either way, and of course lighting. Now, I would have liked to have shown you how the lights would work, but obviously we can only do the functioning TARDIS, which we haven't got at the moment. Unless you wanted to quickly show them in your interior. The lights. The way the lights work.
Oh, yeah. Give me 1 second.
While you're doing that, like I said, the design is based off something I saw online. I believe it was actually a random concept art that was going to be used for when Matt Smith started as the Doctor. I do admit though, we saw some, if you look around on the internet, you will see some fabulous designs, which I do personally wish they went with. The Smith concept, for example, was one of them. Was actually one of these designs.
I can't hear what that's going on.
Oh, my apologies. But yeah, I mean, this will change. Knowing me, I will be changing the designs quite soon.
Oops, bit of lag.
Yeah, so if I actually, I've just, yeah.
Whoa! Gotta turn the volume down on this. Right. Yes, so as you can see, the three lights at the top there are using the similar technology to what we want to implement in our TARDIS, and at the moment they're on, just on a normal on state. if I was to very quickly turn the TARDIS off, you'd see those lights respond gracefully to that request. And if I was to put them back on, of course, they come back on gracefully. And if I take off, it's just very it's hard to see actually. I think the best way to see this on your computer, Jack, would be to point down onto the ground where you see the reflections of the lights.
Ah, yes, so give me a sec. I'll just point that down.
So if I start to take off, if you look at the lights on the ground, on the actual bottom grid, keep going down a bit, there you go. On my feet, that light,
yep,
start to take off. There you go, look, you start to see them starting to pulsate. And you can see the lights pulsating. So that's a similar effect as to what we want for takeoff.
Every single light in the actual console.
And of course, if we have a cloister bell on, we also want the lovely red lighting effect.
You see, we've now made the Hurt console twice as better.
Mm.
Technically, we could put your scripts inside the actual wall lights, I suppose.
For what part?
The wall lights, these.
We could do, yes. Although I don't know how those work. If they're not individual meshes, then that's a no-go on that part.
I think you'll find actually, yeah.
Because look, they only turn on. They turn on as in a one whole object.
Oh no, they are individual objects. That section.
It might actually be possible. Then.
That's something to try later.
Yeah, a little go out later.
But you know, this is how a cloister bell should make the actual TARDIS react. Of course.
There you go. See on the ground, you can see it pulsating along with the.
We will. Why don't you say that? How do you plan on now the exterior, for example? You know, that's a photograph you click on. How do you intend to photograph to display?
Do you know, I've always wondered, how does the TARDIS send photographs? Because you can't do that in MSO. You can't just send a photograph across to another prim. So I always thought, how to do it? You know how they do it?
Huh?
In Second Life and many other games, many assets like pictures and textures have their own UUID.
Yeah, which is what these have.
All you do to do is get the UUID, and you can actually literally reference textures using UUIDs rather than actual files, actual texture files. So they literally just pull it from the server, the texture that you put in. Oh. You know when you put your textures inside the TARDIS, or in a Reza, the Reza sends that texture UUID to the server, saves it so that your exterior console can show them. It's literally shared resources. It's using your account basically and your Reza box inventory to use it as its own inventory. It's pretty cool actually, thinking about it. So yeah, that's how that's done.
Well, I mean,
so yes, that's it.
So would you say getting the requests will be actually put it all together? That would be it.
Yes and no. I'd have to do some research into inventory management and scripting. But I suppose I don't think it's that hard.
But of course, the one big thing as well is making the picture go red.
That's just handled by setting the colour of the prim.
And the windows.
Just the head setting the colour of the prims.
To communicate with the console as well.
Just use channels, listening channels, send hidden messages across the channels. Or if they're all interlinked, then you just do it through message links.
What if you summon the exterior in a different region and the console's in another region?
Over the network, basically to do requests from the server. That's why we're having the server there.
That's what HRL use when.
Yeah. They probably use the request URL method. They use it because remember that whole point of that system is so that the prim creates its own public URL with Linden Lab, and then they just send the message as if it was their own web server to that URL, and it just goes to the prim directly.
Fair enough. Okay. So that is generally our basic idea to what we've got so far to us. Did I just stop the... Oh no, I didn't. Phew. Normally I press enter on Logicon. I actually stopped the recording, so thank God for that. Orbit return. Just go back. Oh.
I just pressed the back button, Jack. Would have been a bit more sensible, Jack.
It's alright. Orbit. Oh, there we go. Ish. Now, one thing I will add is that I do plan actually making the actual console pedestals, as I like to call them, texturized like the Smith concept. Although realising it, there's 6 individual segments, meaning it's going to cost me at least 6 elements. So I'll have to spend.
The thing's free.
Of course, I will be definitely giving them to you to have a look, because I do not want to at least waste any vengeance in this.
Hang on, what was that with?
The pedestals, the touch buttons, the functions and all.
Yeah.
Flight systems. Activate.
Yes, it's need 2 textures for each, one off and one on.
Well, no, because
if you want animations, then you're gonna have to.
If you have a look at
animation in the box. Oh, you want the
ray shield.
Yeah. You want the glow on and glow off.
Yeah.
In which case you only need one texture for each.
Yeah. That's the idea. So of course I'll be giving them to you to make sure that things are aligned properly, and obviously your idea, because I do not want to waste any Lindens. Because trust me, if Linden made uploading photos free.
No, the only reason they don't do that is because of the storage space. The more you upload, the more the storage space goes up, the more they have to buy new hard drives to accommodate all the different storage people have.
Well, now that you've put that point on,
and to be honest with you, 10 Lindens in real money is literally 0.000 something in pence.
Yeah, but I do wish we could choose that option. Because you know when you buy Lindens, they're literally stuck at 543 precisely.
Oh yes, well the reason there's a minimum amount is probably because you end up going to get taxed on certain transactions.
True.
Because remember, you're paying when you click on the buy Linden dollars thing. It doesn't go into your it goes into your account, but it goes directly to Linden now.
Fair enough.
It goes. They literally use that money for their own purposes. It doesn't actually go to you. You just get the virtual money part. That's why when you withdraw money back out into your bank account, there's money took off it because they're getting taxed on that transaction. So they've got laws they've got to abide by as well, because international payments, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
Oh, business, how I love thee.
Either way, that's what we've pretty much got set up for the TARDIS at the moment, and that's what we've got planned to do. Currently, John is working on the flight control system.
Oh, if you point them in that general direction, you already are. Hopefully this will work.
Oh yes, I forgot.
A simple animation. This most likely will change by the end of it all, but
you might want to get rid of yours.
Hup. One sec. I didn't realise it was there actually. I thought it was.
You didn't realise it was there.
I know. I thought it was to the left-hand side of it, and now I can't see. Hang on. Ah, there we go.
Have you got a reset button yet?
No, I'm not that clever, Jack. Well, Jack and I am. It's just that I forgot about it. There we go. Okay, so this is the animation. Now it's very basic, it's just a simplified effect, but I'm hoping to add the glow on the light. As for making the fading pulsate, it's harder work, but it's possible. I'll have to think about what algorithm I could use for that.
Now, they use it. I was looking at that. I thought originally they should have the whole glow thing, but now looking at that, they did actually make it pulsate.
It is possible. It just involves me having to take a lot of thought into making it. So yes, you get to a certain amount of alpha, then you're going to go back a bit, then you're going to go forward again. You've got to make sure the script knows which part it's on, which part of the animation it's doing. Oh, it's a bit of a tricky business thinking about it, but it's possible. And as long as I think about it, I mean, on this laptop it's not the best to do it on because it's confined. I like to have big screens and I have to have movement, but when I get home I'll have to get working on it. I've got the basic stuff there.
So yes, that's exactly what we've got at the moment. It's a huge work in progress at the moment. There is a lot to do, but this is mainly our first documentation of what we plan to do, and there you guys know. Hopefully we'll have more videos like this in the future showing you how far we've gotten, because this is actually something I believe we are most now dedicated to. I feel like we are more dedicated to this than anything we've ever done before. I mean that in a not like we haven't been dedicated on anything else. We have been doing everything else like the website and of course Lego Doctor Who, which by the way I've just finished seeing 2 on. But yeah, other than that, that's
spoilers.
Tell you what, saying spoilers, I think it's about time I actually gave you folks a little teaser. So to finish, So to finish this video right now, I'll show you exactly what I've been doing for Lego Doctor Who. This is exactly scene 2. Now it's short, it's not finished, but as we have discussed it in the past, I'm now going to leave it as it is, finish the rest, then go back and apply the finishing touches such as composition and of course perfect the animation later. So far, this is what I have. So as you can see, the last bit in particular where he starts walking off and going around the corner, it does seem like he's actually more sliding than more walking. So that is to be perfected, but of course that's finished now. Move on, and
it's pretty hard work doing this. Like we've got huge amounts of projects currently going on. We've got this Lego Doctor Who. We've got the Second Life TARDIS. We've got the other Second Life thing we was going to do.
Although that's been one that's put harder, as we mentioned before.
Because but
the thing is with this in particular, I mean this we're quite familiar to, Second Life. But this, I have never even touched the boundaries of before, ever. And the reason why I chose Lego was because the process of actually importing the bricks and whatnot was simpler than actually modelling. Well, really, I could model the actual minifig, but imagine trying to model every single Lego brick in existence. We'll be here for at least 3 or 4 years. So that's what we got currently, not only to do with our Second Life TARDIS, but of course, so this video is more a kind of mishmash of everything we're working on, and of course, us two being here makes things better. So that's pretty much all we've got time for. That's all we've pretty much got to show you. Until next time, do take care, and remember,
let your geeks out. Bye bye.